Happy Canada Day, everybody. Go VR, go home. Welcome, welcome. We are doing some work on the layout today. And I normally, for Canada Day, I do something, whether I'm running trains or something. But because I'm still not completely there where I can run loops with the layout, and also because it's Thursday and we don't have a Third Rail Thursday for tonight, because it's Canada Day, I thought I'd go live and do some work on the layout and show you some cool stuff. And yeah, so we're over here. We're in this section. Let me give you a bit of a tour. Sorry about the shaky camera for a minute here. Whoa. Okay. So you guys know this general area here that we're on the lower level. Basically, it's just down from the Beaver Lumber, kind of working my way. And I have this whole section here that I want to get done so that I can put my bridge in and have that as a permanent fixture. So what I'm going to do is some work. I have some graffiti here that is by Micro Scale. These are really colorful, really neat. So this is the Contemporary Graffiti set, and this is number 3. And I also have... Good morning, Bubs. Hey, Noah. Nick the Train Nerd, how's it going? And I also have Irish graffitis. Now, I did already use some of these. And some of them might be hard to see. I mean, yeah. But basically, I'm going to maybe take some of these and some of these new ones that I just got in. And I'm going to do some graffiti on here. And then I'm going to work on this section and really get these abutments looking a little bit better. And then I'll come back with my static grass applicator at some point here, maybe in the next week or so. And I'll work on that. Hey, Dwight, how's it going? Happy Canada Day to everybody. All right, so these look really nice. I'm not normally a huge fan of Micro Scale because I do find that it's very thin and they do rip easy. But thin is also a good thing because it conforms to, like, if you're putting it on a box car that's riveted and stuff, it really gets to it or sticks to it better. So, but I'm going to take a look here and see what looks good and what do I want to use. Okay, so for this here, this already has there's a bit of a shine to it, I guess you could say, because I haven't sprayed it with a dull coat or anything yet. I'm just gonna pick some of this stuff off. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna use a couple, and I'm using my sharp knife, not my dollar store knife. I'm using a sharp knife to get as close to the edge of these as possible. So I think I want to do, because it's going to be like a grayish tan and ballast that I'm going to be putting down there. So I think something with a bit of purple might make it pop. Mind you, I still have to weather it afterwards. So I'll definitely come back and weather it. But I'm going to wait until it's all done, scenic-wise, and then come back and weather it. All right, so I'll just show you here. There we go. It looks like it says Exert, so EKSRT. I'm a big fan of the art in general, but graffiti is one of my favorite. I grew up in Toronto, and I would always go down to Toronto. What feels like every other weekend, I'd go record shopping, like for vinyl records, and there's some back alleys down there that they have their graffiti and whatnot, and I would take pictures, and I just have that appreciation for street art, as they say. Hey Perry, how's it going? So I'm not going to do anything too fancy with these. I'm going to dip it in water, and I'm holding it there for about 20 to 30 seconds or so. It's just got to loosen up a little bit, and then it'll slide right onto where I'm going to put it. And just to kind of help it a little bit, so I think I'm going to put it down here. So I'm just going to brush on a little bit of water so it's easy to move it once it's on there. And I'm going to do something a little fun where it just goes around the corner a little bit. I'm also using some tiny needle nose pliers here. Not pliers, but grabbers. And my work time is very minimal here. There we go. Okay. So now that's in place. Just want to spread that out like that. Alrighty. Is anybody else working on anything today? Now there's also another abutment that's like right here. And while I'm working away here, looking at the Irish ones that I haven't used here, and I think some of these are really cool because it's just like like someone took a spray can and just did a signature of some sort. I mean, there's different versions of graffiti where you're making the bubble letters, or you're drawing a picture, a mural, or you're just tagging it. You're just putting a name, whatever your tagger name is. So, and sometimes there's just little doodles as well. So I've got this doodle, and it makes for a nice corner piece. And I'm gonna have to trim this out a little bit though. Okay, so cut that, and I'll come back and I'll show you here. So it's like a little alien guy, little neat alien guy, and it looks like it would go in a corner of some sort. So I'm gonna put it right at the corner of the abutment. Now, I've had people ask me if I do my own graffiti. I have. but I try to emulate graffiti that already exists. So, for example, if I'm doing a box car and I want to weather a box car, I'll look up the prototypical picture on, I think it's like railpictures.net or something like that. And if it's easy enough, I'll try to emulate it and I'll draw it on there. I've got my paint markers and whatnot. So I go through that whole process. And you got to remember that because these abutments are pretty high, you definitely don't want to put it right at the top because, I mean, you can't reach that high. Unless you've got a ladder and you're really willing to risk that. You're usually, just like on a box car, if you're doing graffiti on a box car, you're not doing it at the top. You're going to do it maybe not even halfway up. You can go a little bit higher on the ends where the grab irons are, because people will climb those little ladders and they'll, try to do it up high. But if you're trying to do it at the very top in the center, it's not prototypical. And also, so what I'm going to do after this, I'm going to have to do like a dull coat over these as well, because they are a little shiny. So I'll have to dull them right down. Here we go. And then when you're looking around the layout at whatever, you could be running a train, you could be just perusing. You find all these little nods and stuff right around the layout. It's really neat. Hey, Nissy, thank you. Thanks for joining us. And there's even times where I'll put like a graffiti, like somebody had painted something, and then someone paints over it. This is more or less out. It's going to be a out in the bush kind of area, so you probably won't see too much graffiti out here. But also at the same time, you won't see people trying to cover it up as well, because who's going to come all the way out to the middle of wherever just to cover it up? Where if you're in like an urban setting and you're doing graffiti on buildings, obviously people don't want graffiti on their buildings, so they will paint over it. And in some cases, you'll have graffiti, but then someone else has graffitied over your tag or your individual piece of art. So I'm going to do a version of that here. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Again, this isn't really, I'm not doing this prototypical as in, the area that I'm doing this in has to look like this. I'm more or less just doing what you would do if you were weathering something. So you want it to look weathered without actually copying the real thing, if that makes sense. So I know you can't really see what I'm doing, but I'm just, just chopping the next one here. All right. So now I use the little needle nose pinchers here hold these because obviously some of these little pictures here are very small. So yeah, you kind of want to make sure that the piece that you're holding onto isn't the actual decal itself, very, very edge of it. So you don't ruin the actual print itself. Not much else going on today, to be honest with you. I do work tonight. Yeah, working on Canada Day. Well, I never really miss too much as far as Canada Day anyways, because I mean, normally it rains. So, and I'm not the kind of person that likes getting stuck out in the rain, especially with everything that's been going on the last couple of years. It's like, is there going to be some sort of celebration or no, or, who knows at this point. But yeah, they usually try to avoid stuff like that. All right, so for this next one here, that's already kind of coming off the thing. I'm just gonna add water here. There we go. Whoop, and I dropped it. So this one here is kind of neat because it, I'll show you. Because it has a little signature at the end of it as well. Now, on top of that, which I think this is kind of fitting here. So this next one I'm going to put on. It says Drat. Now, anytime I've ever said Drat was like one of those situation drats where, something doesn't go your way. Perry's working as well. A layout tour. I have a layout update video that I will be posting. I want to say Monday or Tuesday of next week, and it'll show basically everything that I've worked on this past month. And there's quite a few things. Again, it feels like not too much has changed, but at the same time, I'm still doing quite a bit and doing what I can. So but stay tuned for that, because I think that if I was to do a layout tour right now, it might take too long. So, and also there's some very messy spots here that I really need to, clean. Okay, so we've got that, and then I'm going to put that over top. If you've ever noticed that it's usually, whenever you see it, sometimes it's randomized, but sometimes it's very, they're all together, clumped together and whatnot. And because there's a ledge here, they can kind of reach over and do their scribble. So another thing that I really wanted to do here, because I think that'll be all the graffiti that I do for this specific section. Whoop. They'll all be on right there. I have to mix some ballast now. And I've got a number of different bottles here. And I'm going to kind of show you what I'm working with. So I've got this mix. I'm going to go coarse in this area, but I'm going to mix in a couple of different levels. So this is a coarse gray blend. There's light, dark, and medium in there. And I also want to add some buff, which this one here is also coarse. This is more like a tan color. And then I've also got some light gray in a medium, light gray, no, just a regular gray in a medium. And then I've got some more coarse in a dark gray. So I'm going to see what I can come up with here as far as mixing these. Always make sure that you keep an empty Woodland Scenics container on hand for situations like this, because it helps with the mixing process. That should be good. Okay. So I'm just going to bring this around like this so that you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. Kind of see everything that's going on here. So I've got my empty container here, and I've got my little takeout dip thing. I always save these. I love using these. As you can see, I had a bag of this stuff here, and I just emptied it into here because the bag wouldn't, stay closed or anything. So that's all ready to go. That's like a sand color there. And yeah, I just keep those set aside. But I also use them for measuring. So that also helps. These are brand new. Hasn't even been opened yet. Fresh out the package. So this is a good way that I can measure, right? I put one in here and then empty it into the container. And this will help as well to decide if I need more or less, and then I can just do that on a larger scale. So this is just really a sample that I'm creating here. Okay, we got that color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to put that in there with that. I guess the static is real in this container right now. So I'm just going to mix that together. Okay, so it's not bad. But I'm going to see about adding some of this as well. And I obviously have to make the mental note of what I've put in of each. So right now it's just a container basically of each of these. And I do the same thing with my main line. Now I know specifically what I've put into my main line to get it to look like the way it is. Okay, so that looks cool. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Probably not. So what I'm going to also do, because I do want to darken it up. It's pretty light right now. And it's probably because of the light grays and whatnot. They're kind of shining through there. So I'm also going to put in some of just the coarse gray. That's like a darker gray. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. If this is something that you've often thought, well, can I do that? Or, I'm worried about doing that. Just as long as you're happy with it, the overall result, then that's all that matters, really. Okay, so it does darken it up. Got a couple of different looks in here. I want to darken it up a bit more. So I'm going to put in some of this fine gray as well. And this will help to also fill in a lot of the little gaps because it's a lot finer. So. So it doesn't look too bad. I do feel like it needs a bit more of the rough stuff. Yeah. So that's where I would go 2 of these because I want it to be more this. maybe a bit more. So I'm going three of the coarse blend. There we go. It's really toned down that that color, the tanny color. Which is definitely what I needed. All right, so I'm just going to cap these here, move them back. And of course, that's not that much. You got to remember that's like 4 or 5 different colors there, all mixed in. That should be enough to do my entire bridge section here as well. Waste not, want not. But at the same time, if you have a larger area to do, for example, when I do my main line, I'll do a full bottle's worth. And then I'll have that ready. And then once it's empty, I just fill it up again because, I'm going to do my main line all one color. Okay, so I've got my ballast here. Is this still wet? No, it's good. Move this. And I'm going to put you back over here. Sorry if it's... Okay. Perfect. Now, I was able to get out to the dollar store and I was able to get more of this glue here because this glue I find to be much better than some of the other stuff. I find this one to be really, not so much that it's washed out, but it's spreads easier. So you can kind of see it running at this point. And I'm going to do a test with this, with my new ballast. This new creation I've created here. And now this will mix in, or this will mix in with the ballast, but I'm going to help it along. I'm sure I could have created some sort of paste for this, which is a combination of the rocks and the glue, but I was really worried about how the texture would end up. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape this as is. Hey, Drew, dude, how's it going? And Sean, how's it going? Okay. I'm also going to put some bushes over this as well, so it'll blend really well. Hey Larry, how's it going? Okay. So you guys can't really see that. I was doing up top here a bit. While they're doing that part. Okay. So originally I had put the green ground cover down. It's normally what I do. It just kind of allows me to see what exactly I'm working with. Some might see that as a waste, but I don't mind. I feel it helps to visualize. And I soak it with this. That'll help to absorb the glue as well. It'll go right through all of it. Hey Chad, how's it going? Yeah, no, Larry, you're right. This is one of those things, just like many other aspects of this hobby. There's probably 100 ways to do it. Do what you feel comfortable with, and that's about it. Again, I'm not like pro or anything, so I'm just kind of doing something that I don't know. I find it's easy to do this, to do it this way. If there's an easier way, I'll find out eventually. All right. See, all this area here is like very crucial because I can't get to this area if the bridge is, up, right? Makes sense, right? So. I'm putting it on a little bit thicker, just because I really don't want any of that grass to show through. And I'll do one little last part up here, just to kind of represent all this. And then I can, once I continue that ballast, like the ballast up here, I don't know if you can see that. Nope, you can't. Whoops. This track ballast here, once I continue this up, then I'll blend it in with that and that. But for now, I've just got this ballast. Cool. Cool. And this is just rubbing alcohol here. Like I said, it'll soak into the glue, which soaks into the rest of the ballast. And when it dries, it all dries as one complete thingamajig. Thingy. Cool. Let's come back this way for a bit. Let's try something over here. Yep. All right. So, along with that, I've got this rock face here, and it's very similar to what I've got going on over here. I wonder if I should make a separate ballast for that, but to be honest, I think I might just mix in a bit more of that. Hey, Dave. Thanks for popping in. Don't forget, guys, next week, Dave, he's doing the Third Rail Thursday. So over to his channel next Thursday. 8 o'clock at night, though. I'll wait on that. We're going to go over this way, though. Here we go. Add a bit more. This also kind of finishes off the front edge of the whatchamacallit there, not the abutment, but the pier, because it's not like the cleanest line, but it's not supposed to be a clean line, so. Do you think I should go a little wider here on that? There we go. Cool. I really don't mind that color. Yeah, it's a lot nicer than what I thought it was going to be. So it's a bonus when that happens. Just going to move some stuff out of the way. Yeah, no, actually, I'll do that later. That's fine. Okay, so next, what I would like to do. What would I like to do? So that all has to be done with static grass. So can't do that. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm just talking to myself. That's the extent of my planning. Just talking to myself. What time is it? Time is 1:43. I've done an hour's worth of work because I did go live at 12:45. So what I can do after I put these back in the package, I can give you a quick glimpse at some of the stuff that I've been working on this week. It's not a full layout overview, but I'll show you what I've been working on. I just need 2 seconds. 2 seconds. All right, so I'm just going to bring the camera and the laptop. That's not going to work. Yeah, I might need another minute. The way that I've got this whole setup thing going, it's not particularly easy to deal with. Because I gotta move the laptop, gotta move the microphone, gotta move the camera. Sorry for the shakiness of the situation. Because what's Canada Day without a light show? Wow. So, you guys know, obviously, like this is my bottom level here. It's all lit up. Well, that's why it was so bright at the other end there. I was able to do all that work and get all that done along there. And you guys know that I've been doing a lot of work in this area, trying to get the Beaver lumber done. And yes, those are buses on my flat cars. But this past month, this has kind of been what I'm working on here. So I've got the whole, this is supposed to be North Bay. And that shop there, that's the shop that I had on my old layout. It's made out of foam core board. And then I wrapped it with the stuff from, I want to say Chooch. Here we go. Let me see if I can find that wrapper. So I'm going to need more of it. Here we go. Oh, it's by Knock. So it's that's what it is there. Red brick wall. And it comes in a long sheet. Probably as long as that building. And yeah, I wrapped both sides. The inside here side has windows, but you can't see them, so it doesn't really matter. Then I took a piece. You can see that grit on the top there. That's the same stuff that I use on all my building roofs. It's the equivalent to grip tape on a skateboard. So the top part that you stand on, they put like a sandpaper stuff on there, and it's for grip. But I put it on a roof because it looks like tar. And hopefully there's nothing on the track anywhere. Hopefully not. Okay, so that's good. That's good. And that's good. So there's that, and then there's the fact that every single one of these tracks here all have power switches. Now I got to turn on the power to the track first. Power on, and you can hear all the LRC cars that are like scattered throughout my hillocks here. They're all turning on, and they all have their lights. But anyways, the board here. See how? So each one of these, because there's 7, represent all 7 tracks here. And I wonder if I can do one of these. Whoop. Probably not. Hey, look at that. It kind of works. CPR train, how's it going? How's it out in Winnipeg? No. As soon as you mention the cat comes running. There's Alexis. But the other cat is upstairs, probably sleeping or causing some sort of good grief. I had it too. There we go. Is that okay? That's good. That's even better. Okay. So let's say track 3. I'm going to power on track 3. And that one has 6411. I got to bring this other car in from the station here. It's already emptied off all its passengers. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap locomotives because that's always fun. And I'm going to bring those cars in onto track. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on track 5, I've got power. And I'll show you here. So it was over in the station. And I'm just bringing it over. Those are those awesome Walthers cars. I love those. So we can get a better angle because now I don't have an uncoupling tool, so mind the reach. Yeah. So what I'm going to have him do is I'm going to have him park in bay 2. So I've got my power on to bay 2. Now this whole section here, I can basically do a bunch of switching out of just as is. Normally it is North Bay, so you won't see too much of the via around here. Come on. Really? Come on. Is there a reason for that? Is there a reason why you're being that way? That's weird. Okay. Oh, there you go. I did clean the tracks the other day. So, or not clean the tracks, paint the tracks. It's really neat when it's like in the shop. And then we'll come back this way. I'm just going to pull that one up just a little bit. Okay, so just as soon as I get ahead of the switch here, I can go ahead and I can flick that. I can go ahead and shut off both tracks 2 and 3. And I'm ready to back up and get these cars. All right. So now, of course, we're going to head off to the station, and then it's going to continue its journey with the new locomotive, with the cars, with the cars. Come on. There we go. That was a close one. And of course, we've got this one as well. Not sure how well this will work, but we'll give it a try. I was having some issues yesterday with these, because I've got two of them, two GP40s from Atlas, and they were being less than cooperative. See what I mean? Always a good time with the GP40. Come on. Boo. See, the weird thing is, like, I've got power that goes right up this thing. You guys obviously seen the F40s do their thing. I cleaned the wheels on this. Still nothing. What is going? Oh, I know. Wow. Okay. One of my switches was not properly thrown. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, we're not. Are they all good? They should all be good now. Why are they not good? That should be good. That should be good. Oh, that's me. See, and it... Yes, okay. It's fine. So it's going to be a pain in the butt. Okay, we're going to come right back to here. And then we're going to go forward, because... Now you're just being ridiculous. There we go. So the go-kart was just in the paint shop, but it does definitely need some work on the inside. So we're just going to drop it in the shop here. Probably. All right, there we go. So that was exciting. Yeah, again, some issues with the F40s, but other than that, should be okay. Still continuing on the track here. I'm sure once I do my whole, layout review or whatever, then you'll be able to see all the other stuff that I did. Like, this is all done now for the most part. I got the paint to repaint my wall here, and slowly starting to build the city as well, right? Like, I put the platform in here and whatnot. And yeah, just doing what I can, and I still need lumber, so working around that. But I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna grab some next week, and then get the second level done, like Dunsky. Like, I want to be able to do a run end to end of the middle level like next week. So look forward to that, but that'll be on the next update. So, but until then, happy Canada Day, everybody. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Go Veer, Go Home. We got lots done today. Well, for the most part, we worked on the bridge, but that's it. And I got to show you my second yard. Yard number 1, right? Yard number 2. So it'll make for some interesting switching and locomotive storage and a few other things. So until next time, this Sunday we've got the Sunday brunch builds. And we usually do that every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Yeah, we're starting the ethanol buildings. So that'll be fun. I'm very excited for that. The last couple of months we've been working on, you can see it up there. I did that. And a good chunk of this one is done too. Just need some, finer detail parts. But yeah, got lots done as far as these two kits here. They're fun. Lots of fun doing those. But yeah, I just wanted to, jump on today, do a little bit. And geez, that is not a flattering angle. But yeah, happy Canada Day. And hopefully everybody had fun, right? Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Of course you did. But yeah. So we'll see you all on Sunday morning.